Hi everyone, can you hear me all right?
Yep.
Just 1 second. Alrighty, that's me. Hi everyone. Very excited to be here. This is my first Biggerplate Unplugged event, and I very much enjoyed the previous talks, and hope you'll enjoy mine as well, because it's about nothing less than the future of mind mapping and where we're going to go from here. Before I get started on the main topic, I'm going to talk to you just real quick about MindMeister, give you a real quick overview of what we do, what we're all about, in case you don't know us. And then I'll move on to new input technologies and how we can utilize them to improve our creativity and productivity. I'll be briefly talking about something we call a new level of collaboration. MindMeister is famous for its collaboration mode in itself, but we're planning to bring it to a new level. My third topic is going to be assisted mind mapping, which sounds a little like assisted living, as I realized, but that's not what it is, and I promise you it's a little more exciting than that. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about something we call the new workflow, and it's a bit of a surprise. You'll see at the end what it is, but it's basically something we've been working on for over 2 years now at Meister Labs, the company behind MindMeister. And yeah, I'm very excited to show it to you today and actually give you an exclusive sneak peek. Alright, so MindMeister. MindMeister is an online mind mapping and collaboration tool, and we're most famous for this real-time collaboration mode that we provide. And it basically enables users to brainstorm together on a mind map in real time. Every change is shown in real time. We're also kind of famous for our presentation mode, which is what I'm using here today to present to you. History mode is our third big feature. I'm going to open this for you here. History mode is basically a time machine that we provide that lets you go back to the very beginning of your mind map and replay the entire change history from the beginning on. And what MindMeister is all about is a clutter-free user interface. It's intuitive and it's frictionless. We think those are the most important things because they actually enable a frictionless thought processing. MindMeister is hosted in Germany. We have offices in Munich and Vienna. Myself, I'm based in Vienna, as well as most of the developer staff. The app runs on iOS and Android, as well as in every standard web browser. Alright, so that was MindMeister. And before I really get started with my main topic, I just want to tell you that what I'm doing here, and what I want to do here, is basically just share some of our current ideas. Some of them have already come up in the meeting before here.
Sorry.
Yeah. The list is by no means exhaustive, and in fact I've left out some of the things that I thought would come up anyway, which is 3D mind mapping, which is a great thing, but we're not currently researching in that direction, so I'm just going to leave it out. And hopefully I'm going to encourage some discussion. And if you have any follow-up questions that I can answer, because I'm not an IT person, so it's quite possible that I can't answer everything. One of the upcoming town hall meetings, I think, will feature a developer session with our managing director, Michael Holoff, and then you can ask him all the questions if you have any. Alright, let's get started. Utilizing new input technologies to become more creative and productive. I think you all know the first input technology that I'm going to show you today. It's a wearable. Wearable is a computer that you wear on your body, and it's Google Glass. Google Glass came out, and we were one of the first software windows that had an integration with them. It's a MindMeister glassware called MindMeister for Glass. And it's based on our famous Geistesblitz tool. Geistesblitz is a German word meaning sudden flash of genius or sudden idea. You see we've got a German name theme going there. Basically what the app does is it uses voice recognition, and you can say, okay Glass, take a note with MindMeister, and then say whatever your note is, whatever that thought is, and it will capture that thought and send it directly to your mind map in MindMeister. So this is what's already happening. We already talked about voice recognition shortly before, and we already have that, as a matter of fact. But now my question is, what else can we do with it? And Google Glass actually offers images and video capture anyway. So what we're researching right now is a way to combine those two things and basically be able to capture your thoughts, your voice, at the same time as capturing a video, for instance. So you might be wearing Google Glass, walking around, in nature, in a house or whatever, and you have an idea, and at the same time as saying it out loud, it captures the video, and you can send both of those things to your mind map where they are captured and saved. And MindMeister also enables embedding of videos. We just added that feature recently, so that's a perfect combination. I think there will be lots of other things as well that come up with Google Glass, but that's just one idea. The Apple Watch, my second topic, also a wearable, also came out recently. The moment it came out, we were thinking, okay, what can we do with this? And can we do an integration with it? Well, you might know the Apple Watch, but you might not know that it uses Siri for voice input. Siri is the thing you know from your iPhones. So, bearing that in mind, we think we can do something very similar to Google Glass using voice input, which will lead us, of course, to this. So it's going to be pretty epic. So yeah, we're currently researching in that direction. My next topic are touchscreens. Touchscreens are already around, of course, and they are on all of your smartphones and tablets, and some of you will probably have a mind mapping app on your smartphones and tablets, so you're already using that. But the thing that we've realized is that, especially with tablets, with smartphones it's a little difficult because they have such a small screen, but especially with tablets, you actually have a more haptic experience than with keys, keys being your normal input technology. But because you're using your finger to actually draw directly on the tablet, it's a more haptic experience. It's almost like paper mind mapping. Not exactly, of course, but we were thinking, well, how can we utilize this even more? And we've decided to add the drawing images feature to our mobile apps now to utilize this better. Drawing images will be possible for the MindMeister app on both iOS and Android very soon. And basically, you can draw images directly inside the mind map editor with your finger, so you have that extra haptic experience. Multi-touch screens offer even more possibilities for that. Multi-touch screens are basically touch screens that enable you to interact with the system with more than one finger. So, for instance, you could use touch for navigation and manipulating objects, and you can use a pen at the same time for precision and annotating things. Those are touch screens. And in fact, we already have an integration with a multi-touch screen, which is called Flex Touch. It's a Swiss company, I think. And what it does is it aims to replace whiteboard and flip charts in the conference room. And it comes with a lot of pre-installed apps, MindMeister being one of them. And you can use multi-touch gestures to create and and edit your mind map. So it's basically like mind mapping on a whiteboard, except that it's faster and you have more space and structure. Again, this already exists, and it's kind of like mind mapping on a whiteboard. What if you actually want to use traditional whiteboards? What if that's not enough haptic feeling for you? Well, how about using the new Rocketboard app? Actually, I was told by one of our ambassadors about this just last week, and that's why I included it in my presentation, because I thought it was really neat. So this app is fairly new, and what it does is it captures your whiteboard as you are drawing it, as you are creating it, and it sends it via live stream to your remotely locationed team members, if you want that. So it captures and digitalizes your mind map. That's what it does. So I was thinking, what if we go a step further? What if we add handwriting recognition software to this app, create an integration with a software called like MindMeister, and turn those maps then into actual editable digital maps. So then you have really the best of both worlds. You can use your whiteboard and your pen and just be creative there like you used to, like the traditional way. And then you use the app to just capture everything and send it directly to MindMeister or a similar tool, where you can then further edit it and store it, or share it online. My fourth topic also came up before, thanks for that. It's motion control. And you already know motion control from things like the Microsoft Kinect for Xbox. This is how it looks. And I've taken this example because the Kinect is one of the very few things that actually enable you to move about freely without even holding a controller or anything. It does that by tracking your movements using a depth sensing camera, and it adds a microphone array for voice recognition. So you both have the voice recognition for input, and you also have your movements. And what that does is it enables you to have your hands free and use your full body for movement and for creating a mind map. So just imagine you have an integration with the Kinect, with the Xbox. You turn it on, and what you can do is you can use the entire room basically to jump, walk around, and this way create your mind map. And why is that great? Well, Stanford study finds walking, even walking, improves creativity by an average of 60%. This is especially great for brainstorming, of course. I mean, there's other uses like business mind mapping, like planning a project itself might not be the best way to go. But for brainstorming and for trying to increase your creativity, aerobic exercises have been found to protect long-term cognitive function, and walking improves creativity. So basically, movement is a really great way to get more creative. And I think it's a great way and a great thing we can utilize for mind mapping as well. Who says we have to sit down in front of a computer to get creative? My fifth topic is brain-computer interfacing, called BCI. If you have never seen one before, this is basically how it looks. This is the MindMeister thought extractor, the alpha version. And what it does is it takes your thoughts directly from your brain and sends it to MindMeister, where they're automatically inserted. Of course, this is an April Fool's joke. It's not there, unfortunately. We came out with this in April, and actually a lot of users thought it was real and wanted it. We had to disappoint them. But the technology is real. We don't have it, but the technology is real and is already being used in computer gaming and healthcare fields. And the great thing about it is, of course, that it would completely replace traditional input technologies, typing. It would speed up the input process significantly, but it's not quite there yet. Of course, the technology exists. Your thoughts can be read and sent to a computer, but probably not in the way we would need it right now to actually create a mind map and send coherent thoughts there. But I think it's a neat idea, and someday, you never know, we might get there. All right. My next topic is collaboration. Now, I told you that MindMeister is already focusing on collaboration, on real-time collaboration, but we want to take it a step further. The way we see it is, it started with paper mind mapping. That's still there, of course, it's still around. But that was the first thing that came, and it was something you did on your own. It was just you mind mapping on your paper. Sharing was a little difficult, collaborating was a little difficult. Then came collaborative mind mapping, which we realized with MindMeister, and it enables you to use a mind map and collaborate on it in real time, so you can both add topics, edit topics, and the like. But now we're at a point where we're thinking, well, what comes next? How can we still improve this collaboration? And the first way we're going to do this is by enabling feedback for public maps, something very similar to what Biggerplate is doing. In fact, we've already enabled liking for our public maps. So, in case you don't know, MindMeister has its own public map library, and we have hundreds of thousands of maps there already. So what you can do now is you can like public maps in order to give feedback. But we want to go one step further and enable commenting on public maps as well, in order to give feedback to the creators of the mind map. This is a little sneak peek, something one of our designers has created just last week. And I think you can see that it looks a lot like the YouTube layout, the new YouTube layout. So at the top here, you can see the public mind map. Underneath, you see the title and a description, the embed code, as well as tags, or there should be anyway. And underneath, you see the comment function. So anyone can comment on a mind map and actually give feedback. I think this is a really great way to engage users with the public maps and to encourage discussions and, especially also to give back to the creator and encourage him to do more and work some more on his map. The second way we want to improve collaboration is by enabling it for individual topics. And This is something we've actually got from Google Docs. So basically what we want to do is we want to enable commenting, voting, and liking on individual topics in a mind map. This is for the case that, let's say you're planning a project together, and of course you have multiple people all putting in their stuff, all putting in their ideas. But what do you do if you have a comment about one of those ideas? You can either create a new note for that, or create a subnote and add your comment there. But at some point it's going to get confusing, and what you do is you want to keep a clear structure in your mind map, of course. And so instead of actually cluttering up your mind map, you're going to be able to add comments in the comment section of the topics. So if you know the MindMeister editor, I'm just going to show you. This is the MindMeister editor, and on the right side we usually have our sidebar, which features like icons, images, and all that stuff. And now it's going to be replaced. Sorry. And now it's going to be replaced by this comment feature. So this is at the bottom, at the very bottom of the sidebar. Here's where you can usually put in notes, links, files, or tasks. And now you can also add a comment and mention other people in your team especially. The moment you mention them, you do this by just putting in an @ for the name. The moment you mention them, they will receive a notification, and then they can respond. And then this is how it looks. Basically on the right side here, you already see 2 comments for the central topic of the mind map. So this is where we want to go with collaboration. I'd really like to get your feedback later on. And the third topic I want to talk about is assisted mind mapping. Now, what is assisted mind mapping? Some of you may know our Wunder features. Yes, again, the German. So basically our miracle features. And we have a few different ones. We have Wunder Notes, Wunder Links, Wunder Video, and Wunder Image. And what they do is, they use the APIs, what Liam already mentioned before, they use the APIs of Google Links, Google Images, of YouTube, and of Wikipedia in order to extract information from those services and insert them automatically in your mind map. So if you're lazy or you're in a hurry, all you have to do is click a button and this information will be inserted in your mind map. So for instance, if you have a mind map about nature and you have a topic there that just says tree, and you want some information about tree to add in the note section, you just click on the Wunder Note feature and it automatically adds the first paragraph of Wikipedia to your mind map. Same with Wunder Link, it basically takes the first result for links on Google and inserts it in your mind map. That's what it does. So we already have those Wunder features, that's not the feature, that's already here. But now we've added another one, and it's called Wunderkind, so basically Miracle Child. It's still in its experimental stages, but we're getting there. And what it does is, this is a little technical, but bear with me. It starts with term extraction, okay? So let's say you have a topic in your mind map that says, let's have dinner with Thomas in Paris. Maybe you're planning a road trip or something. So that's your topic. And what the term extraction does is it uses 3 different tools: the Stanford Named Entity Recognizer, OpenCalais, and term extraction. You don't have to remember those. It uses those 3 tools in order to extract the relevant terms from this topic. And in this case, the relevant terms would be dinner, Thomas, and Paris. Then it goes through a disambiguation process where it offers you different categories. So it has identified the terms, dinner, Thomas, Paris, and now it offers you categories like theaters, sightseeing, and eating that match those terms. You can choose the category you like, the one that you're looking for. And in a third step, Wunderkind uses the Google FreeBase API, which is part of Google Graph, the Google Knowledge Graph. And it uses it to deliver matching suggestions to those terms, based on filtering above. So this was all very technical, and basically what happens is you have a topic, and Wunderkind then suggests a matching subtopic for your mind map, all on its own, automatically. And what it does is, potentially, it saves you a lot of time, but also it provides you with new ideas to complement your own, new ideas that you might not have had otherwise at all. So this is Wunderkind. We're already using that same technology for something else. We're using it to suggest public maps and blog entries to our users. And we're doing this, again, by doing the term extraction, this time on their own mind maps. Their own mind maps that are saved in MindMeister. We're extracting the terms from the root topics and the first level topics of their mind maps. And based on those terms, we're suggesting public maps to them made by other users, as well as blog post entries. Alright, that was basically the presentation about the future. Now I'm going to talk about something that's already here. It's something we've been working on for 2 years at Meister Labs, the company behind MindMeister. And I'm just very excited to show this to you because this is actually an exclusive sneak peek at this tool that's coming out. And it's called Meister Task, again with the German names. And Meister Task is a simple task management tool based on the software as a service model, just like MindMeister. It's going to be available for web and mobile, just like MindMeister. And the reason why you should care about this on a mind mapping conference is because of its integration with MindMeister. So the way it works is, or used to work is, you have MindMeister and you use it for the first idea, for the brainstorming process, for the planning, the structuring, the creative work. But then at some point, you get to a point where you just stop working on it. You have the finished mind map, and then what do? At some point, at least in projects, you have to assign tasks. You have to actually turn your ideas into action. And we've talked to our users and we found out that they're not doing that in MindMeister, even though we have task management features in MindMeister available as well. But it's not the right medium for that. And so now we created this new tool, and with the click of one button, you can export all of your to-dos to Meister Task, where they're implemented in a project board, and where you can collaborate and execute those tasks. It's a complete, seamless, visual workflow. And I'm going to show you a sneak peek now. It's a video embedded in a presentation, as you can see. Take a look. Oh. Wait, can you hear that? Now, I'm very, very proud to introduce to you sneak peek.
Again.
Wait, I'm gonna go full screen first. Alright, let's do this.
Meister Task was designed to help you and your team collaborate more efficiently, help you visualize the workload, and bring your tasks into focus. The best part? It seamlessly integrates with MindMeister, the award-winning mind mapping app that lets you brainstorm ideas online and plan projects together. So when you have that next big thing coming up, you can use MindMeister to visualize what needs to be done, capture everyone's input, develop a strategy, and assign tasks right there in the mind map. With one click, all that information is exported to Meister Task, where each member can see all their to-dos at a glance, assign tasks to others, and follow their progress, add comments, links, files, and maps, track time spent on each task, and show some real team spirit. Meister Task, try it now.
Yeah, so that's Meister Task. Oh! Yeah, Meister Task is currently in a closed alpha stage, but if you'd like to give it a try, just let me know and I'll sign you up. And, yeah. Thank you.